everyone, it is Doc Hitchock back again with, in this case, a wooden breakfast of champions. Here we have a smattering of Karakuri puzzles that I thought were super cute. They are breakfast themed, and so I thought I would just group them together as they're more simple, on the simple side as far as how to solve them, and we would just take a look at them. And of course I do these videos because my dad loves to watch them, so hey Dad, and let's get into it. So really, the Karakuri puzzles, these puzzles are in high demand, it seems, because they're not super complicated as far as their solves a lot of times, but they are really intricate as far as how they're made. So you can see the woodworking on these is really, really superb. I mean, I'm not a woodworker, so I don't really know what all of the tricks of the trade are, which makes something really good and what makes them not so good. But I will say that when you get these Karakuri puzzles, they are typically very well made. There's not a lot of dings or scratches, and some of them are more unique and more rare than others, and of course some more expensive than others. With this one in particular, this toaster, I actually got this through a lottery where you basically try to buy it, and then they take all the people that really want to buy it and they choose a literal lottery to see who gets to actually purchase it. There's some others that I have as well that I'll do in a separate video, but this one was the only one that I got from the lottery. These two are actually ones that I just got simply by going to the website and buying them. The egg, I think, is a little more prevalent, and then this one's a little more expensive, this cup of, what is this, coffee, I guess? But it's a little more expensive, but I don't believe it's as rare as some of the other ones, although I do think this one isn't as prevalent as, for instance, the egg. Anyway, let's take them one at a time because they're really cute, really easy to solve, but once you know how to solve them, of course. So this toaster one, as you can see, we have these two really cool pieces of bread that are stuck in this toaster. And so it's pretty obvious from lifting it up at the bottom here, you can see that you have a little movement here. So it's likely that something is going to allow us to release whatever this box is on the bottom here. And so if we look here, we can see that the toast, when we try to take it out of the toaster, doesn't want to come out. And so, I think that's, I don't really toast myself, but these are like the old school toasters. I'm not even sure if people use toasters anymore. I haven't used a toaster in probably 15, 20 years. Anyway, these pieces of toast are stuck. And so really, if you examine the box, the bottom moves like we said, the toast moves, it kind of wiggles around a little bit. What you can notice is if you kind of just keep the pieces of toast down, you can move them from side to side, almost like spring-loaded, see? I don't know if you can see that very well, but then the other way, but it actually is the other way. The other piece of toast is actually, you can't push it the same direction, but if you do it the other way, it has the same phenomenon where it's like a spring-loaded action. So if you push both, then lift it up, there you go. That is how you solve this Karakuri. And I believe if you look right there, that's where you have the stamp for the maker. Anyway, that one's fun. All right, the next one is the egg. So the egg has a little symbol here, and I asked one of my Japanese friends what that meant. And she told me it meant, there's a few things it can mean, but I think one of them is cheap, which I laughed at because these aren't cheap. And so anyway, I thought that was interesting, but apparently the guy who makes these has a sense of humor and such. And so they all have these little monikers or whatnot that they stamp on their puzzles. But anyway, this one, basically you can see there's two halves here where you can see that there's some way to open them up. Now, the one thing that is kind of cool about this particular puzzle is that you would open this up the way that you would open an egg up in a way, which is you would crack it like that and it opens. And so really cool because you can see the little simple mechanism there that basically holds it in place closed. And then when you slam it and it opens, you can see this mechanism opens here. Let's see if I can, there you go. So by tapping it, it pulls that out and allows us to open. And then there's this little chick, which is our prize. All right, and so then the third one, also very cute. We'll go ahead and reset that. This magnet's re-engaged. And the third one, which is probably, I'd say of the three, my favorite, just because it's really cool looking and, you know, and really unsuspecting of it being a puzzle. But basically this one, you can see there's actually two little lumps of sugar that come with it. And these lumps of sugar, also a spoon, and then a plate and a cup. And the goal is you have to separate the plate from the cup. And so the bottom, you can see there's nothing there, nothing really of note. But what you do note is that these sugar cubes, although they don't really do anything by themselves, they don't repel or attract each other, so they wouldn't necessarily be thought of as magnets in their own. But when you put them onto the cup here, you can see that they definitely settle into certain areas. So I guess you could say you stir them in place, but eventually there's two spots that they settle into. And if you put them in those spots, you can then turn the cup around until you come to a spot where you can lift it off. And there you go. And then there's, of course, again, the little moniker for cheap. So I guess it's the same creator, because all these Karakuri, not all of them, but a lot of them have different creators, and this one I guess is the same creator as the one who does the egg. But anyway, you can see there's a little place here for a treasure or something if you want to put that there. But anyway, those three are, then you take these back off and it locks back in place. All right. So those three are the Breakfast of Champion puzzles. I just gave them that name, they don't actually call them that. But that's the three Karakuri puzzles that I have that are of the breakfast theme. If you want to buy these puzzles, you can just look up Karakuri online. I'll put the link in the description below, and you can see there's a little library of past puzzles, currently available puzzles, and you can see whether you want to purchase some of the available ones now and sign up for the ones that are available via lottery in the future. All right, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next video.